Okay, I've got a Fresh Spa Easy Bidet for a Valentine's present. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to videotape me putting this in. Never did it before. It's made by Brondell, and this is a bidet just like they have in Europe. Not a lot of parts in the box. You got the unit itself. Over here is the control. There's off to wash and then nozzle clean. And I guess you just turn it. Over here you hook it onto the toilet seat. This is your water connector from this T branch to the actual unit itself. It comes with a number of washers. There's two of these big ones, and there's a small one there that goes into that brass fitting. And they even give you some plumber's tape, and there's another washer underneath there too, as you can see right there. Apparently, if you go online, they give you a chance to win $649 by giving them a review on one of their products. So you can do that if you want. And they give you some instructions. We'll take a look at that after we've installed the unit. All right, so anyway, here's this T branch that pulls off your water source. It hooks up to your water closet and then to your water line that's coming from the house. And then you got to hook that up to the unit and to that T branch. There's where you hook it up on the unit itself. First thing we got to do is take off the toilet seat. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew that baby and get that ready. And then once we got the seat off, we can figure out how to put the unit itself in there. We're just going to guess. If we have to, we'll look at the instructions. Okay, we got all the screws and all that stuff off. So we got the toilet seat off, which is the first part of the process. We're going to set it over here. And then what we got to do is take a look at this thing. As you can see, it's got these adjustable brackets that you've got to fit to the holes that you got in your tank bowl. And so we're going to have to move those around a little bit to try to get them to fit, of course. As you can see, that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to figure that out. All right, so you got to figure out where you're going to put these brackets. They're supposed to move, but, shoot, they don't move that easily. So you really got to push on them and get them squared away. So we got to measure it first and see where the heck we got to put these babies. And it looks like I got to push them in kind of tight to the inside of that. Okay, so once you got everything lined up, then you got to put your bolts in. The seat kind of sits on top of it and then kind of slides down to the front of the bowl. I don't know how that's going to work. We're going to have to try it out and attach it and see if it's comfortable and if it doesn't move before we put all the plumbing on. So let's do that first and see if we can get this thing where it'll stay on there and it'll be stable. All right, we're going to speed up the seat tightening segment of this show. Because you're going to just have to figure out your seat when you get the thing. And I just got it put on there nice and tight. I guess the only way to see if it's stable is you got to sit down on it and check it out. That worked out pretty good. I think we're good here. It's on there nice and tight. It's all flushed up. Everything looks good. Now we can start working on the plumbing. That's the next phase. Okay, so I'm going to show you where that little nozzle is. There it is. It's right there. And that's where the water's going to shoot out at you. Hopefully it aims properly and hits the right spot. All right, before you start taking all the plumbing apart, it's probably a good idea to turn off the valve that goes to the water closet. And you're going to turn it clockwise to do that. And then flush it, and then all the water should drain out. And you should be pretty good. And then you can go ahead and start taking your little pieces apart and then reconnecting. Just want to get the last bit of water out of there as much as I can. All right, now we get the water off, but you know what? It's always good to have a little bucket to stick under there just in case you got some extra flow, which I'm sure we're going to have. So I'm going to slip it underneath there. Then I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this baby right here. And as you can see, there's water already dripping out. So we're going to have excess water drip into here instead of all over the bathroom floor, where then you'd have to have another big cleanup to do. So there it goes. And as you can see, like there's water flowing there. So that valve did not close it all the way off. So it's a good thing we had a bucket, for sure. All right, so I'm going to take this brass junction valve, or whatever you want to call it, or the T-branch. I'm going to put some plumber's tape on it. And then we're going to put some plumber's tape up on the top, up here where it goes on, right there. Make sure that's nice, got a nice seal. So you want to make sure that it's kind of flat and it fits on. Oh, that doesn't look good. Let me try again here. Let's see if I can get a nice flat spot, and then try to wrap it around and not have too much hanging out. And as you can see, I'm doing a horrible job putting the plumber's tape on. But what are you going to do? I'm an amateur. I suck at this. Not that bad. I'm going to get some, damn it, I think I got some tape in the garage. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hook up the water flow to the unit itself, or the connecting hose, I mean, this little steel hose. And I put plumber's tape on there, and I'm going to screw that on there. And that's going to go to that brass T-branch that I just put plumber's tape on earlier. I'm going to use my channel locks to tighten this baby down, because I want to make sure that I got a good seal. I don't want that leaking all over the place, because that would be horrible to wake up one morning and have your whole bedroom and bathroom floor flooded because you didn't do a good job on your install. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and crank that off, make that nice and tight, make sure there's no water coming out of it, and then we're going to connect that again, as I said, to that T-branch. Okay, the other end's right here, connect it to our T-branch brass thing, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten her up a little bit with these channel locks. I already put the plumber's tape on and all that. Not going to bore you with another one of these, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tight squeeze there. And you can notice I got some water coming out, so I got to fix whatever's going on with the top of that. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. And also, you want to make sure that you've got a washer in there. Otherwise, it'll drip, which I found out just a couple minutes ago. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to connect our other hose on it, which is going to make it easier for us. And I'm going to turn it in a little bit so that it's kind of out of the way and not sticking out in the middle of the aisle there. And as you can see, this thing's not going on so easily. I got to put some more tape on there. And now we got to make sure that we thread this right. I'm kind of trying to get it on there. And not going on as good as I thought it would. Got to back it off a little bit and get it straight. And one more try. We'll put it up. Make sure you got your washer in there, like I said before. And we're going to tighten that down real good. It's always good to have a pair of channel locks if you're doing plumbing. And we're going to tighten this brass fitting. As you can see, I've got it going more parallel now with the toilet, closer to the bowl, so that hose that's hooked from this T-valve to the unit here, to the bidet, is not, hitting you in the leg when you walk through the bathroom. Then we're going to tighten down the bottom and dry it all off, and then we're going to check for leaks. We're going to keep our bucket under there just in case, just to make sure that we don't have water squirting everywhere. This right here is going to need a couple more turns, I think. So I'm going to move the bucket so I can get a little bit tighter on there. I don't want it too tight because I don't want to break anything. But I think we're good. I don't feel any leaks. Let's turn that water on and see what happens. Okay, so we got everything tightened down, and now it's time to turn the water back on, of course. But before we do that, let's shove the bucket underneath there just in case. And then we'll go ahead and turn it on. And it's starting to fill the water closet above. And take a look there, and we want to make sure that there's no water leaking from any of these points that are connected there that we just worked on. And let's go ahead and take a look up here. Yeah. Okay, so the water's filling up. That looks good. I look down here, I don't see anything. Check that. No, none there, none there. Well, it looks pretty good. So you got all these different points where you could have water dripping out, but apparently we did a pretty good job. Now what we need to do is see if the bidet works, and that should be interesting because I've never used one before, but we'll go ahead and give it a try. All right, so you want to keep it on off, and as you turn it towards wash, it gets stronger and stronger. Don't turn it full blast because it will tear you up. I mean, I tried it, and oh my God, it shoots out of this little nozzle right here. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look and see what happens here. See how it drops down and just squirted all the way across the bathroom and hit the cabinets on the other side of the room. Check it out. All right, if you like this video, I've got a couple other ones on how to fix toilets and how to install heated seats and all kinds of stuff. And subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.